Chris Algieri. Chris, they've been labeling this kind of like a rocky moment for you. Do you feel that way? Do you agree with that kind of sentiment?
You know, I'm honored by it because Rocky is a huge part of the boxing community and boxing in general. But if you think about where Rocky was coming from and where I'm coming from, is two different places. Rocky was a down and out fighter with tons of losses, who was kind of like a pug. I'm an undefeated world champion. So it's definitely different lead ups, different. So the Rocky moniker isn't perfect, but that last fight was kind of a Rocky moment. But
I spoke to Tim Bradley and I asked him about your fight with Manny. He heard you say you weren't going to be nervous, but he says that when he was nervous. Brandon Reels told me he was nervous. You told me you weren't. Do you think eventually that's going to kick in, or are you so focused that you don't even worry about that?
I'm not worried about that. I'm focused on the task at hand. Nerves are part of the sport, and everyone's different. And I think I'll be ready for this fight, no problem.
When you look at the fight with Manny Pacquiao, everybody talks about your height. Do you think that's going to be an advantage, or can it also work against you if you don't fight the right fight?
Of course. I mean, guys, listen. I'm tall for everybody in my weight class, so it's not. That's not going to be the deciding factor of the fight. I got to go out there and I got to fight my fight. And I have to control the tempo and control the space, and control is the name of the game in boxing. It's we're both rhythm fighters, and it's going to be who's going to be able to control the rhythm.
For those that don't know, what does a master boxer mean?
A master boxer, think about it. When this is boxing, right? So you want to be a master boxer because that's the name of the sport. You don't want to be a master fighter. This is boxing. If you can golf, you want to be a master golfer. In tennis, you want to be a master tennis player, right? So the idea of a master boxer is going out there and fighting the perfect fight. Okay, perfect is pretty much unattainable, but that's the goal always. So my goal is to be a master boxer every fight. I'm not saying I am the master boxer. I'm saying that's the goal each fight night, because this is boxing, and to be a master boxer wins every single time.
How has your relationship with Tim progressed over these years?
Tim is my brother from another mother and father and country and everything. But we've developed a bond from our young age. Really, we started as sparring partners. I was a kid. I was 16, 17 years old, and he was a pro already. So we have a bond on so many different levels at this point, and I think it's played well into our career.
He said when you guys first started sparring, he used to wear you out a couple times, and then you guys finally didn't speak until maybe 4 or 5 months after that, or
longer than that. It was probably a good year we didn't speak. But I was a kid, and he was trying to knock my head off, and he'd give me literally the worst beatings I've ever taken. Worse than Ruslan, worse than any of the sparring sessions I've ever had, worse than Marcos Maidana. But I always came back and was always there and getting the work in.
Why'd you come back?
I don't know how to do anything else.
What was the tour like for you?
Tour was fun. Tour was a good time. I love to travel. I've been traveling quite a bit since I was late in my teens. So I caught my travel bug pretty early in life. So that was fun for me to experience different cultures, meet different people, traveling. And I have no issues with traveling. I like it.
It's been reported that you came into shape into training camp. Mm-hmm. Did that help you prepare more for strategic and tactical ways in order to beat Pacquiao instead of just trying to get in shape?
100%. Camp is to get better, not to get in shape. So I showed up in phenomenal shape, and we didn't have to focus on the conditioning aspect. That we got to focus on strategy and game plan and acting that in sparring.